We're going to have your code and your ticker on this network, and you can't stop it from being traded.
Right.
And so there's a derivative, and then if there's liquidity bonding the prices together, so if, let's say you have Chainlink on Ethereum, and then after launch, price bounces around a while, but I bet that over time that these prices will move similarly.
Right.
I think that the Link ticker on Pulse chain is likely to move similarly to the Link ticker on Ethereum.
Right. Just because of the bridge, right? And
well, because they're bonded by the liquidity.
Right.
And then it's the same code with the same ticker. Now, do you want to pay $100 or $300 to trade it on Ethereum, or do you want to pay a penny to trade it over here? And we already know this answer because they're doing it on other networks as well.
Yeah.
People do trading on alternate networks, and then we're the one that you don't like. Your coins are already here. You don't even have to bridge over. You've already got your free coins here. You can already access them by changing one setting in your MetaMask. It's awesome.
Dude, it sounds sounds pretty awesome.
Well, that's the trick. That's the magic is you launch this whole network with all these new coins. How do you get those new coins to be valuable?
Right.
But by not letting anyone ever stop the trading, by having the same tickers, and by giving people a reason to back the value of the things they got free, by rewarding them with a yield farming token. It's like a giant vampire attack, basically. It's a giant vampire attack.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Hex Token channel, Superman Crypto, and of course, you know it, PulseChain X YouTube. I hope you guys are doing well out there. We're going to get into it straight away. We've got lots to talk about, man. Why PulseChain is so good, we're going to get into that. But we've got so much to cover. We've got lots of project updates and market updates. We've been making incredible calls on the channel. If you haven't got into Strategy Club, man, we're crushing it in there, making all the right calls. And yeah, good times, good value being chased down. So yeah, get into it. Let's get into the chat. Who's here? We got Mike Roth in the house there. Good to see you, Mike Roth. Now, Mike Roth asks, what other channels can you hit to get notified on? Well, I've got two other channels besides Hex Token channel, Superman Crypto, which is my general crypto channel, and of course PulseChain YouTube or PulseChain X, and that's definitely both of those are available there. So that's Superman Crypto. If you want to go follow that channel, go hit the subscribe, hit the bell for future videos on there. That's general crypto. So if you like a whole ton of different protocols on different chains, that's the channel to follow. If you like more PulseChain content, then just definitely get on to PulseChain X, and you can follow that there as well. Some more PulseChain content there. All right, let's see who else is in the house there. Lies Beneath, how are you? Very good. The sun has just come out, and it's summer here, so we're enjoying it. And it's been pretty good sunshine this summer. It's been actually pretty pleasing. Lies Beneath the Truth says Hex, EHEX, PLS, PLS6, and 7 for the win, 100%. That is PulseChain's golden crypto. We're going to talk about that all day long here. It's going to be a lot of fun. And Brennan says, morning, Superman and family. And Brennan's getting up to the BTC chart. We're not up to that yet, but an inverse head and shoulders playing out for BTC on the daily. We'll talk about that when it comes up. That is definitely a topic for us to discuss soon. Eddie in the house there, PulseChain is so good because we haven't seen anything yet. Hang tight and enjoy the ride. Woo! I like that, Eddie. That is so bullish. Looking good. Woohoo! Coinbase listed Hex, PulseX, LFG. Well, I thought they already listed on there, so a little bit confused by your comment there. But maybe you're talking about them. They're actually listed on the platform, but maybe you're talking about them being listed on the trading. Is that what you mean? So check that out. A red squirrel in the house there. Oi, oi. Good to see a red squirrel. Crypto Dan, hi guys. Hope everybody is well. Hope you're well too. J-Man in the house. Hi everybody. Good to see J-Man. Big shout out for Check My Polls. Good evening. Great evening, Superman. Congratulations, Hex Token family. We're on our way. Isn't that true? We are on our way. Who else has jumped in here? We got Jennerin as well. Hello everybody. Good to see Jennerin. One of our cool moderators. Good to see you back in the chat. Sinful Believer as well. PulseChain isn't good. It's great, said Sinful Believer. Well, there we go. I'm feeling the hype today. It's feeling so good. When Lambo says, Harvey, well, I guess it depends on how good you are at your decision-making, Harvey, or into everybody's decision-making. But, man, the chain is going to do some pretty incredible X's ahead of us. We've got Light Scout in house as well. So people hit the like button. Definitely smash it on the way in. Joey Torres as well. Hi, all. Good to see you, Joey. And Paul O'Shea as well. Hi, all. It's funny, I know all the names in the chat there that have popped in today. How about that? So I know all of your names. Very, very good. All right, let us go. Let's get straight into it. We're going to get into the markets to kick off with the stock market. Stock market there, Dow Jones up 0.4%, 156 points to 38,677. That's got to be an all-time high. It's got to be a new all-time high. Let's have a look at that, actually. Or was it 64? Yeah. So we've got an all-time high in the Dow Jones. Isn't that amazing? The S&P 500 is up 0.8%, 40 points to 4,995. Wow. And yeah, S&P closes that record as unprecedented 5,000 level in focus. How about that? So only 5 short. Look at that. Woohoo! High, man. Oh, man. We got a high. That's crazy. And all-time high. Incredible there. We're history on the making today. Who would have thought? NASDAQ as well, almost up 1%, 147 points to 15,756. That's not quite yet at the all-time high. Looks like that was about 15,537. Is that right? No. Okay. I'm not sure if I'm reading that right. Anyway, it doesn't look like we're pretty much on there. Actually, I think we're pretty much on the money there too. That must be pretty damn close on the NASDAQ. All right, so that is kind of it for the news. There's nothing else to say, but all-time records on stock market being broken. How about that? Incredible across the indices, looking pretty amazing. That brings us into crypto, and crypto is green as well. A la green, as we say in France. A la green. I don't know whether they say that. But BTC in that moment, 44,193, up 2.46%. Crypto, Bitcoin dominance at 50.21%. And Ethereum there at $2,425, up 2% there. Looking pretty strong. Everything across the board looking pretty good. Some standouts there. You got CAS there as another standout. That's been performing so well over the last year and a half. Wow, up 11% today. Crazy CAS. What else there? XMR is also doing pretty well, up 25%. I would say it's very well, up to $130 on XMR there. And looks like STX as well, up 9% as well. So some standouts there. All right, so it looks like Tau is the one in red. Got to have a bit of red today, down 10% at $440. That is kind of the leaderboard here. All right, let's just zoom in a bit closer to Bitcoin. And Bitcoin here, this is this head and shoulders that Brennan was talking about. Where did Brennan's comment go? Way back up here. Here's Brennan's comment. There's head and shoulders playing out for BTC on the daily. It's a pretty ugly looking head and shoulders, but I guess this is one shoulder. This is the head, and that's another shoulder. And we've got the breakout line around here, 43,600. And we're definitely broken out to the upside there, bullish. Now, we've been saying this has been bullish anyway with the over the 50-day EMA here. So that's been a bullish signal, and up and away today. Real nice, strong move, looking good. And we're back up here. There's a lot of resistances in here, but given this is kind of head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders playing out, definitely looking good for the ascendancy. So far, so good. So everything looking pretty good on Bitcoin. We're going to be focusing on Ethereum today rather than Bitcoin, but Bitcoin definitely looking bullish. Ethereum is also looking double bullish. As you guys know, we were facing resistance at the 50 EMA, so a little bit weaker than Bitcoin. But of course, we got proto-dank sharding, right? You guys love it. You love your blobs. You love your data blobs. I know it. You love your data blobs. And that is playing out. So we've had big news overnight. The third upgrade, of course, they did 3 testnets, as you guys know. And we're on the third one, went live today. So we're going to talk about that. And the market is loving it. Look at that. Boom. Smash through the 50-day EMA and up and away. You guys know we've got bullish news for crypto all the way through to about May, June. So it's just nonstop, super bullish milestones for crypto all the way through May, maybe even to June. So the first half of the year is so good. Anyway, we're at the moment 2,425, looking really good at the moment. A bit of resistance at this line, but this looks like we're going to keep going up, just like Bitcoin there. And of course, we've got some bullish news about that. So let's get into that. So here we are. Helsinki blobs are in the play. Deacon is live on Helsinki testnet. Nevermind nodes are green. And Nethermind nodes are green. Mainnet, you are next. So this is the last of the testnets, folks, for Deacon. And that, of course, proto-dank sharding. And of course, blobs, data blobs. Remember, these are temporary data blobs. Particularly good for second layer. Scaling, and of course super cheap fees, like maybe a 90% discount on fees there for the second layer. So super good for second layers, meaning their optimism and Arbitrum and things like that are a good leverage play on Ethereum because they're the ones that to benefit the most. So mainnet, you're next, and probably March is probably the expectation for that. Obviously, we've just kicked it off here with that. And of course, you can see some of the screens ticking away there. A lot of data screens, but you get the idea. Now, looking at the Explorer for beacons, for Holeski beacon chain there, you can see that's ticking away on the testnet chain here. And of course, this is one of a few chains that they do testing on before they go mainnet, right? So we've covered the at least the other one, the first one. We didn't cover the second one, but we covered the first one. This is the third one, and Holeski there. So ticking away pretty nicely. That is the news. But hey, look, things are even better for Ethereum because not only do we have pro-dank sharding playing out, maybe live by March. We will have. We also got a lot of bullishness around the Ethereum ETFs in May, and of course we've got the market already moving, and it started moving particularly this week. The crypto derivatives market is suggesting continued excitement in the market regarding the potential approval of a spot Ethereum ETF by the end of May. Traders seem to be adjusting their Ether option contracts with the May 23 dead date in mind. Remember, May 23 is that date for the SEC. And this is from Bitfinex's head of derivatives, and that is Jag Kuna. The final approval decision deadline for spot Ethereum ETF application submitted by asset managers Van Eyck and ARK21 shares to the US Securities and Exchange Commission is May the 23rd. The Bitfinex head of derivatives highlighted a noticeable uptick in call side option interest. So remember, calls is where you want to buy. You want to be able to buy the contract or Ethereum here at the moment, whereas as a put is if you want to sell it, you want the right option to sell it. So here we got an increase in buy side call options, interest for long dated options in March, April, and May. This increase has occurred primarily over the past week, and currently the put call ratio is heavily skewed towards the longs at 0.31. A put call options ratio below 1, and of course this is at 0.31, indicates that the call volume exceeds the put volume. In other words, people wanting to buy as opposed to sell, have their optionality is the buyers are in control, signifying bullish sentiment in the market. It is assumed that a trader who buys call options is implicitly bullish on the market, while a put buyer is bearish. And of course, Kuhner's observation supported by data where the put call option ratio for Ether across major centralized crypto derivative exchanges can be interpreted as a bullish indicator for the future market price of the second largest digital asset, obviously Ethereum by market cap. And you can see the ratio on the left there, it is below 1, right? So it is buying bullish down here at the moment. So this is on OKX. So pretty cool. Even on the other exchanges, bullish as well. You can see on global, it is also bullish, and Deribyte as well is bullish down at 0.32. So anything under 1 is bullish with the call options. However, Kuna also pointed out that other sources are currently suggesting that traders are taking a more cautious approach, predicting that a spot Ether ETF approval might not happen until 2025 and 2026. So it's good to keep in mind that maybe there's a little different from Bitcoin. And of course, the categorization of Ether as either security or commodity, so back to this fundamental discussion, is a major factor influencing these predictions and the derivatives market response. So that's pretty much it for that. So it's kind of bullish news. And the market's moving up there. I thought I was going to sneeze for a minute. But as you can see, the market's moving up and away. Pro-dank sharding in March, and potentially Ethereum ETF in 23rd of May. It's looking good for Ethereum. So that's pretty much it. And of course, it gives you optionality around the second layer opportunities too for Arbitrum and Optimism, right? As a leverage play on Ethereum. Now, at the moment, we're going to get into PulseChain. Before we do that, though, let's catch up in the chat, and we're going to be covering day 271. Who else have we got in the chat here? We had Paul O'Shea in the house. We had Wookie as well. Wookie is here today. Good to see you, Wookie. J-Man listed does I mean we can now purchase on Coinbase app? That's what I would presume there, J-Man. I haven't actually looked at it. Been doing some other things, but good to know. J-Pon is in the house there. So what's up, Superman? Good to see you, J-Pon. Big hi from J-Pon there, and smash the likes from J-Man as well. Andrew Reynolds in the house there. G'day, everybody. Someone strapped a rocket to Teddy Bear, says Andrew Reynolds there. So a big fan of Teddy Bear. Looking nice. All right, let's jump away. And of course, day 271 here. We got Pulse at the moment. 000118 up 1.1%, and that is at 18% above sacrifice price. We got PulseX at the moment at 000485 up 4.87% at the moment. and the buy and burn is at 694 billion. That is 3.39% of the public supply is now being bought up and burned. Just remember, this is part of the secret sauce, part of the superiority of the Pulse Chain and PulseX network. Looking pretty good, so looking nice there on the buy and burn. Now, incentive token at the moment is currently $2.78, up 7%. And more importantly, the ratio is, wow, it's really gone up quite strong. 23,533 overnight, so that's doing very well on the ratio to incentive. And we must be getting very close to 24 million on the incentive emissions from PulseX Farms, of course. And the buy and burn still sitting obviously flat at 118,000 until, of course, we get TRHV4 coming out. And then we're probably going to have another acceleration there in the burning of incentive token as well. Hex at the moment is at 1.53 cents, and that is down 1.9% at the moment. Hex has been a bit of the laggard, hasn't it? But I'm sure once it breaks that 3 cents, it's going to be off to the races with the old Hex, and people can say goodbye. That's pretty much it. EHEX at the moment, 77/100 of a penny. Combined price of EHEX and PX is 2.3 cents at the moment. That is day 271. Let's quickly look at the charts. That is the chart there on the hourly. You can sort of see we're just moving around there. We had a big wow, by the way. Wallet number 17 on the sacrifice, Pulse Chain Sacrifice there, decided to sell some of its bags. And well, I can't remember exact amount of money, but I think it was like 1.2 million or something like that. It's sold down there. It's still got a lot of bags left. And it is wallet, number 17. I think we had how many wallets were over $1 million? Just trying to remember now. I think it was something 70 to 80. I just can't remember. I had the number yesterday, but can't remember the exact number. 70 to 80 people sacrificed $1 million, I think it was, on the Pulse Chain, something like that, some in that ballpark. I think it was about 115 or somewhere in that ballpark for PulseX, but there's wallet number 17. Anyway, apparently they just did market sales, which is kind of inefficient. They were probably better off to go through liquid loans and high calorized and then go out through PHUX. Would have been a better route out. Probably would have made a lot more money. But hey, people have different levels of risk taking and experience and things like that. So even people with the big money. So that is pretty much it at the moment. And who knows? I don't know what they did with it, but that's we did look at it when it first sold off there. So we had that big red candle there on the hourly. But we've recovered since then. We're actually at a high now, which is kind of ironic, right? So we absorbed $1 million+ sell, and we're back on the up and up there. So bullish on Pulse Chain, right? And bullish in the markets generally. So let's go to the daily. Have a look at the daily there. That is the daily. Look at that. Wow. After absorbing that big sell, and we're still off to the races. That's pretty awesome. That's some right strength there in the old chart. So looking pretty good. So yeah, there we are. We're pretty flat though, 1.1% at the moment on 24 hours, but not so bad after all. The RSI, of course, is down at 55. We're waiting for the MACD to turn. Hasn't quite turned yet, but it looks like it's about to turn. So we'll fingers crossed on that, on the old Pulse Chain there. And of course, we've got tons and tons of protocols going to be launching on Pulse Chain soon. We're just waiting very patiently, but there's a whole wave of them, tons of them. So it's going to be good. PulseX at the moment is at quadruple 04849. Obviously doing a bit better there in the chart. We've had a high today of quadruple 5076. So we have been over the 5,000 mark. And of course, the RSI there ticking away at 57, slightly stronger than Pulse, obviously, after the sell there. And looking a bit better on the chart there. We've managed to keep this bullish run too. Look at that. We've got higher lows. Not too bad there. Got a bit of a wedge or something there for me, or bull flag, depending on the way you're going to look at it. Let's jump over to incentive token. Incentive token there at the moment, $2.78. The ratio though, man, looking so strong on incentive. Look at that. Wow. That's a strength. That's strong there. About to break out too. Looks like at 23,500. We keep up this positive markets, man, into the weekend. At least that's looking pretty bullish, right? So 23,500 on the old incentive there, looking pretty strong. And that is up 7%, the strongest out of the Richard Hart tokens at the moment. PHEX course, we got this bearish cross printed. I talked about that yesterday. I said, I was hoping we would avoid it. It is a little bearish cross, but we may get a fake out here where we get another bullish cross. We've got a bearish cross here on the EMA cross. Got mint printed there as well. And said it was going to be touch and go. And of course, there we are. So hopefully we'll get a fake out here and be able to, if we get a bullish green run up here, we'll be able to mint ourselves a nice bullish cross instead and have that as a fake out. So fingers crossed on that one. And of course, the RSI very chill at 50. So perfect place for a little rally. We've got no real clear signal yet in the in the MACD, although it is getting a little bit looks like it may move to more bullish markets here with the lighter pink there as opposed to red. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. Very close maybe to getting some clearer signals there. Obviously, EHEX at the moment is the weaker of the two, down at 77/100th of a penny, back at the 50% on the Fibonacci. You can see that here, 50% on the Fibonacci. And so it's managed to get defended there as well for how many times? 4 times now, 5 times. It's been 7 times there. It's been down at that level. Is that crazy? Yeah, let's see if we can still hold the line there. It's certainly under a bit of weight of pressure here. But I think as long as PHEX is holding up, then EHEX probably won't go down too far unless some whale decides to do something different. But at the moment, that is the weakest of them all. But hey, look, where it's weakest and the market heads upwards, then this here could have a huge percentage gain rally on the other side. But at the moment, definitely the weakest. So, buyer beware, as we saw. Caveat emptor. That's pretty much it. Let's jump over to the combined price, EHEX and PX on InvestX. This is both of the prices combined, and we're sitting at 2.3 cents at the moment. Recently, our last high was challenging that 3 cent mark. You guys know we want to break the 3 cent mark. Once Hex gets over that, up and away. We've still got higher lows here compared to where we've been, but man, oh man, we're looking for that break of 3 cents. Once it goes, it's going to go, and yeah, it'd be very unlikely to come back down. And of course, because we've been through such a big bear market anyway, and once we break that, it's going to be off to the races. So just be careful with the Hex bags. Don't lose them, because otherwise you could be like that guy that said, I sold my Hex, man. You don't want to be that guy. That's all I can say. I can only say these things enough times, but we're definitely in that zone at the moment with such big news coming up with the Ethereum Prodank sharding in March, Bitcoin halving in April, and then potentially the Ethereum ETFs in May. So you don't really want to miss that. And possibly we could have an interest rate pivot by June, and then of course potentially monetary expansion in the second half of the year. We'll see whether that actually happens. It's a question mark over that. So it could be game on. All right, so that is pretty much it for that. Let's jump over to the, let me just go to some of the other stuff here, the validators at the moment. Let's see how we're getting on there. 52,763 validators, looking strong. 1.69 trillion off the market. That is Pulse. And of course, let's have a look at the gas prices. 200,000 beats, so pretty good. This is a pretty normal level now. I'm finding 200,000. We've got 9/10 of a penny for a PulseX swap, 5/100 of a penny for a Pulsecoin transfer, and 2/10 of a penny for a PRC20 transfer at the moment. We're 4,600 times cheaper than Ethereum at the moment. Ethereum is at $40 to do a swap at the moment, so it's highway robbery. You're talking about 9/10 of a penny to do a swap on PulseX, and you're talking about $40. That's a couple of lunches for your kids or something like that. So it's pretty crazy. We're 6,300 times cheaper than Bitcoin, and Bitcoin currently $3.24 to send at the moment. And it looks like we're pretty much cheaper than everybody else, except maybe from Polygon and Phantom at the moment, who are pretty similar. However, on Pulse Chain, of course, we have a lot of protocols are doing compounding, because you've got a super fast chain. You can do compounding, and a lot of our protocols do that. And of course, a lot of them do profit sharing as well, which is also really, really cool. So these are some other standout features of Pulse Chain. And that's some of the reasons why it's so good, right? So it's super fast, super cheap. We've got compounding protocols. We've got profit sharing protocols, which I think is so awesome. Yeah, it's just getting better and better and better. The other thing is that we have such big upside, obviously, on the Pulse Chain. At the moment, we've got $123,200,000 through the bridge, and that is awesome. And then I see that Coast, the Fiat on-ramp, which is a direct on-ramp. If you haven't used Coast, the link's in the video description. That is $4.2 million of Coast CST stablecoin. That's fiat-backed stablecoin directly to Pulse Chain. You can buy directly with fiat on Pulse Chain. It's so good to have that here. So 4.2 million. That's pretty good. All right, looking pretty good there. Let's go to the lock percentage of coins at the moment. Obviously, we've got 1.69 trillion Pulse locks through validators, but we also have 1.13 trillion locked through liquid loans, which is amazing. So $133 million through liquid loans. That's absolutely spectacular. Let's do some quick math on that. 1.69 plus 1.13 trillion, and that is 2.82 trillion. We're going to ignore some of the other Pulse that's locked away just for simplicity. We'll divide that by 16, and that is 17.6% approximately for the Pulse that's locked away at the moment. Kind of neat. All right, and I'm ignoring the validated payments, which is significant. So but just for simplicity, that's day 271 for PulseChain. Not bad, eh? And of course, we got some new big updates. We've got lots of projects coming down the line, as I said to you. Heaps of ecosystems are dropping. So what I mean by ecosystems, they're teams or project teams that have multiple protocols inside their ecosystem. So they are bringing a whole ton of value to PulseChain. PowerCity is one of the biggest blue chips. So we've had Liquid Loans launch. They've launched a multi-sig, of course, through PulseChain Safe. They've launched the Fetch Oracle, which is ramping up. So it looks like it's taking a bit longer to ramp up, but it's ramping up. And also they've launched Liquid Loans, the big juggernaut on PulseChain, which is now the second biggest stablecoin on PulseChain. Last time I checked, it was well over 32 million. It's probably even higher than that now because we saw more coins locked. In fact, let's have a look at it to see how many stablecoins have now been issued through Liquid Loans because it's locked away a ton of Pulse there. Yeah, 1.12 trillion. Pulse has been locked away, $133 million, 31.35 million in stablecoins at the moment. Amazing. But hey, look, a lot of stables are on the platform. Why? 29.75. So the majority of the stablecoins are actually locked on the platform because the APR is so damn good. It's 105% and it won't come down. It won't come down. So that's pretty incredible there for Liquid Loans. Anyway, we got PowerCity coming up, and we're going to update today. So development update February the 5th, 2024. So it's hot off the press here. The core.PowerCity is live. So this is their staking platform. Core, it is live. Of course, you can stake your Watt token. Watt token you can buy off the market. If you didn't sacrifice for it, you can buy off the market to earn a share of fees collecting from the upcoming PowerCity DeFi ecosystem. So people are waiting for the profit sharing from their ecosystem. So they got 5 other protocols plus the core product. So that's 6 products at the moment. I'm sure they've got more coming down the pipeline, as well as probably more partnerships. They've done a lot around the partnership space as well. And of course, definitely big marketers of PulseChain and their ecosystem. So they've been very high value protocol for PowerCity. I believe they had about $16 million in their sacrifice project. So they've been definitely one of our top 5 sacrifice projects. Portal X Swap there is obviously been alive for a long time, so almost since the beginning of PulseChain, not quite, but a couple months in. And Pulse X Swap is live. Swap between over 16,000 tokens across 60 plus blockchains, 30 plus bridges, and 60 dexes today. Recent updates have improved trade routing and to and from PulseChain. So I think they've increased the limit, I think to $1,500 if I remember rightly, or was it 2,500, one of those two. They've also got MEV bot protection now. They're obviously a DEX aggregator, but also cross-chain swaps as well. So it's a very powerful protocol supporting PulseChain that way. It's Portal X Swap. Now, I guess the revenue from there has been accumulated. There must be lots of revenue. And I gather that's going to be going to the PowerCity core at some stage. Maybe we're waiting for the Earn protocol to launch. The Earn lending protocol is complete. So this the Earn protocol is the big liquidity fork. This is something equivalent to Liquid Loans, but instead of doing Pulse, they'll be focused on collateralizing PulseX. And that means people will be able to deposit their PulseX in the Earn protocol and then take out the new stablecoin PXDC, which will be the 3rd stablecoin on PulseChain. The Earn lending protocol is complete, but for the mainnet PLSX price source. So this is a big issue. I'm not sure why the delay is so big on the Oracle. I mean, if they've been able to get Pulse out for Liquid Loans, I just don't know why the Fetch Oracle PulseX price has been such a problem. Really is weird. Now, we understood that they were going to have 2 sources for the price feed. One was going to be the Fetch Oracle, which is supposed to be, it starts off centralized and it's supposed to move to being fully decentralized with Oracle reporters and things like that. So that seems to be a process that's going to just take longer from the looks of it. And secondly, they were going to have an in-house Oracle, which is going to be very centralized. And of course, this looks like they're trying to do something around the space at the moment. They said, we have made progress after analyzing some data and hope to have some testing completed soon using averages and weighting that best protects vault owners and the protocol as a whole. Now, you got to remember, they really can't launch this without having really reliable price calls for PulseX. Obviously, this is what they're going to be collateralizing. So, once you put that code in place, it's supposed to be immutable code. It's supposed to be true DeFi. Can't touch it, right? So they have to get it right first time. Just like Liquid Loans got it right, they have to get it right as well. But they are reliant on Liquid Loans and the Fetch Oracle ramping up the PulseX from the looks of it. So I do hope they don't feel too much pressure and are able to launch this appropriately with the right calls. I know that's what they'll be doing, but we just encourage that as well. In the meantime, you can learn how to use the system on testnet and earn.power. Power City, so you can play around. The Earn protocol is on testnet, PulseChain testnet v4. Now, if you want to get access to v4, you can also get into the Discord under useful links, and you can get access to all the PulseChain testnet v4 links. We've got them all there under useful links, so it's a really great resource. The Amplifier Yield Compounder is another one of their protocols. The Amplifier automated front end for liquid loans. Now, we know we're going to have at least 2 front ends for liquid loans at the moment. We've got the Amplifier Yield Compounder for liquid loans. We've also going to have the Barista, which we've been playing around a lot the last week on a Magic Upright. So we're going to have 2 front ends. And of course, this one here is going to amplify automated front end for liquid loans. It's complete and preparing for public testnet very soon indeed. Once the liquid loans version is locked, the Earn protocol version will be prepped for testnet as well. You can learn more about the Amplifier at the docs there. So they're going to have a front end for liquid loans. They're going to have a front end for the Earn protocol. Remember, the liquid loans collateralizes Pulse and issues USDL. The Earn protocol collateralizes PulseX and issues PXDC, a third stablecoin, not yet on the market. But when they do launch, it's probably going to be in tens of millions of dollars as well, quite easily as well. I think it's going to be pretty big bullish. So we have 3 big stablecoins, and of course, we're going to talk about the 4th stablecoins soon. The next one, of course, coming up is Pixel Park NFT market. We have got 6 NFT markets launched so far, right? This is the final one of the big 7, and presumably one of the biggest out of those 7 will be Pixel Park NFT market. Remember, the Power City has a huge following. They have big online social marketing. They have a big budget. They argue that they're going to have a feature, at least one feature on here that's going to be revolutionary for NFT marketplaces. So we're waiting to see what that will be. And of course, I know it's going to be pretty popular there. They will do a lot of activity in the space there. So it's going to be a lot of opportunity for you to benefit from Pixel Park NFT marketplace. The marketplace is fully functional with the MVP, the minimum viable product build, wrapping up this month. We are confident that it will raise the bar for NFT marketplaces on PulseChain, and it cannot wait to see this launch public testnet. In general, software development is not an instant process, but takes time to do well. Power City believes in quality over haste or quantity, and will launch no protocol before it's ready, which is very important. Obviously, once it's on, right? Can't have any errors there. So that is the repost there. I'll leave a link to that if you want to check out Power City's update and ask any questions or stuff like that. And so let's have a look here. Power City. So bam, that is the big update at the moment. Boom. All right, so that is it. That's the link there. If you want to ask them any questions or whatever, you can do it there as well as on their website. So kind of cool. All right, we have another big update from Coast, and it's not really an update. This is an aspirational target from Coast. Coast is the fiat on-ramp to PulseChain. So you on-ramp with fiat directly onto CST stablecoin, or you can buy with fiat by Hex or PulseX or stuff like that on their product on their platform. We've got the link in the video description to Coast, and of course that's Brian, our community leader. A link there. You can get 5,000 weight tokens. Your weight tokens as well. That's WAIT, and you can. That's as a bonus for using it when you sign up. Now their goal is to on-ramp 100 million USD. As you can see, they're sitting at about 4.2 million, and so that's their goal. They're ramping up there. They just obviously increased the amount of countries up to 99 countries. They can access this now. So very, very bullish. 100 million. You already saw we've got over the official PulseChain bridge, we've got about 123 million. We've been up to maybe 126 recently. And of course, another $100 million. Imagine that on PulseChain. But of course, we're expecting a lot more stuff coming over the bridge with Richard Hart on the battlefield. So the king is on the mount. It's going to be fun to see that play out. So that is Coast. I just want to mention their bullish outlook there at the moment. So it's kind of cool. Now, we're going to quickly talk about the 4th stablecoin on PulseChain. This is going to be the first algorithmic stablecoin on PulseChain. It is super bullish. I have talked about this many times, but we're going to talk about it again because it's so bullish. Before we do that, let's catch up in the chat and see who else has jumped in here. Join Strategy Club. You haven't joined that. That's Wookie's link there. What else there? J-Man says the bull run is going to be wild. I know. It's looking so good. Everything is lining up very well indeed. Pineapple Love says, morning, Superman and everybody. Good to see you, Pineapple Love. Welcome to the chat. Clinchons as well. Hex Token crew in the house. Good to see you, Clinchons. What else there? I think I covered that. You're talking about Power City. I think I covered all that, so it's kind of cool. If you want more information there, Pineapple Love, get into our Discord and ask away in our crypto helpline or in the PulseChain chat. Who else has jumped in here? We got Blobfish King with the emojis. Looking good there, Blobfish King. Welcome. And Brendan says PulseX will fly from Power City. It will absolutely. PulseX has got to be the pick with incentive token. There's so much bullishness coming in for PulseX between Power City and potentially more stuff from Richard Hart's team. It is pretty bullish for PulseX and PulseX and incentive token. And of course, you can see that ratio gets double benefit, right? People buy at the ratio of incentive token with the scarcity, potential future functionality, and of course, the collateralization of PulseX. PulseX incentive got to look good there, and of course, benefiting from Pulse price going up as well. So you can see how things can really start getting big X's on them. That's all we're going to say there, but a really good point there, Brennan. All right, like it or not, let's get back into it. So this is PUSD, Pulse USD. This is going to be the fourth stablecoin in Pulse Chain. This is one of the four main protocols from Jacob's ecosystem. Jacob, of course, probably the most innovative, clever dev in the Pulse Chain community. We have some superstars in the community, obviously, but he is really pushing the frontier of DeFi. And these are complicated. Some of these are quite complicated protocols, and he's running multiple teams to do this. Now, obviously, PulsePot is absolutely going through the moon at the moment. And of course, TRH used to be the big star of GameFi on Pulse Chain, doing a big part of the total market share transaction. I think it was like 10-15% or something. And of course, we're waiting for TRH V4 to come out. That's supposed to be a major upgrade. And there's probably good reasons for the delay as he's setting things up for a more bullish run after having a bit of a code issue there, which caused quite a bit of trouble that he had to solve and remedy and all that sort of stuff. But he seems to be moving from to dealing with that, patching that up, and of course moving to TRH V4, and of course also PulsePot doing very well at the moment. Now, obviously, PUSD Algo potentially could be massive, folks. It is more speculative than the other stablecoins, but it is basically a full-on DeFi approach to algorithmic stablecoins. And so far, the prototype worked like a dream with the stablecoin which was running. Now, what can you do here? Of course, there's going to be 4 tokens on here. There's going to be Algo, PUSD, Wrap PUSD, and Flex token. So Algo is going to be the main token of the platform. You're going to need Algo to get the stablecoin PUSD. You'll be able to issue that here on this mint side of things. And of course, you'll be able to redeem it on the redeem tab. So we go down to redeem tab, you'll be able to swap PUSD stablecoin back into Algo. So typically, like you saw in Terra Luna, a lot of people were after Luna, and of course that just boomed into billions and billions and billions of dollars, right? Well, the potential for this is huge too on Pulse Chain, especially as the big players find out about it. Now, the thing is, the problem with Terra Luna, it had a couple of structural problems. It had a people problem, had people mucking around in the protocol, as well as some design flaws. But this is designed to get rid of the people and go full DeFi, use limit orders, using stability miner bots, and get things really moving really well, fully DeFi, so there's no human interactions, and also dealing with some of the issues around yield and redemption. So it's looking pretty good. Now, the key to it, the heart of it, of course, is going to be the stability miner, and people will be able to provide liquidity here. There's going to be all sorts of different types of liquidity people will be able to provide and get a return for that. And of course, that will help support the stable coin with the stability bot and limit orders there. So it's going to be super bullish for that. There's going to be earn protocol, of course. Everything you do on the platform, you're going to get incentivized to do with the Flex token. And so you're going to earn a share of the V3 DEX. So it's going to not be based on inflation. It's going to be based on the V3 fees. And you're going to be able to get rewards through that by Flex. Whatever you do on the platform, doesn't matter. You're going to get paid more Flex and therefore get more rewards. You're going to be able to stake your Algo coin, the main token. And of course, the stable coin is as well, PUSD. Now, problem with Terra Luna is that the Anchor protocol was offering like 20% return for the Luna, right? So here we're going to have more modest returns, making it more pragmatic in response to the supply and demand of the platform. So here, Algo, that's indicated here at 8% and PUSD at 3.7%. So it's going to be more pragmatic from that point of view and move around with the supply and demand of the protocol. So it's going to be quite a bullish like that. You obviously be able to swap tokens as well, which would be pretty cool. And of course, if you get that the Wrap PUSD reward, you'll be able to claim that too at different intervals, right? So probably be randomly generated intervals. You'll be able to claim the reward. That means that supply is coming off, not predictably, and making the chance of more demand. So it's kind of bullish like that. Now, if you want to participate in this sacrifice, the big thing about the sacrifice is that 75% of the funds are going into the protocols day one. So you're not going to be wondering where the funds go. 50% is going to liquidity pools. As I said, there's 4 coins. 4 tokens to set up, and of course 25% will be going straight into stability miner, which helps to support the stable coin. So that's basically the idea there. So 75% of all the funds are going to go into that. Now we're on day 75 of 90, so we've got 15 days left at the moment. you get 2 type of bonuses. But let's get into the coins. So if you do want to participate, you can participate on PulseChain or Ethereum using any of these coins at the moment that you want to see there, or tokens. We've got eDai, EUSD, EUSD Tether, Pulse, PulseX, and X. That's on the PulseChain. On Ethereum, you can use DAI, USDC, USD Tether, Ethereum, Wrap Bitcoin, or Hex. So you can use any of those coins, and you can send it to this sacrifice address here, ends in E223. That's how simple it is. Obviously, you connect your wallet up, and you'll get credited for that. So for every $1 that you get, you will get that you sacrifice, you'll get 20 algo, 200 flex coins, which is the incentive token, and 0.01 wrap PUSD, which is the reward token, right? So you'll be able to get that too. So there are 2 bonuses you can get when you sacrifice. One is you can use the link in the video description. You'll get a 19% bonus. And of course, that means that if it doesn't matter how much you decide to sacrifice, you'll get a 9% bonus. But if you do sacrifice, inclusive of the referral bonus of 19% in the video description, you'll also get a second bonus randomly assigned, and that will be bonus X, what they call bonus X. And that will be a randomly assigned multiplier between 1.01 and 2X. So I don't know what it's going to be. It's just randomly assigned. But you can see examples here of somebody that's got this person here used a referral code of only 7%. Now you can get 90% in the video description. But they got well over $1,000 with their sacrifice, $4,857, inclusive of the referral bonus. And then they got randomly assigned a 1.69 multiplier, which means that their 4,800 turned into 8,200. And once again, for every $1, they get 20 algo, 200 flex, etc. And so you can see that they ended up with 164,000 algo coins, and they ended up with 1.6 million flex tokens, and they ended up with 82 wrap PUSD there from that. Now the total supply is down on the right hand side here, so you can see that what the total supply is. But that's an example. Now if you use the 90% referral link in the video description, you get 90% chance there. And whatever your random, if you do over $1,000 inclusive of that referral bonus, then you'll get a bonus X as well. So good luck to you on that. Now we've got 15 days to go so far. This is going to be the 4th stablecoin on PulseChain. PUSD is the best branded name. 75% of the sacrifice money, as I say, is going to go straight into the protocol day 1. This will be one of Jacob's at least 4 protocols. I think he's got more down the pipeline eventually. But this is going to be pretty incredible, pretty much the frontier team for DeFi innovation. And the cool thing about this could potentially scale PulseChain, because it's going to be able to scale the stable coins on PulseChain. So it really deals what they call the stablecoin trilemma, scalability, a big TVL. And of course, that means that algo, people can be able to buy more algo. They'll push the price up, and it just sort of feeds on itself. And of course, the PUSD stablecoin gets bigger and bigger as well. So it really doesn't have any limitation to the amount of Pulse or PulseX around, for example, or the risk appetite of people either. So it really can, do some pretty incredible things. Now, what I was going to say about that, I think that's kind of it at the moment. Yeah, it might attract some very big players. The cool thing about it, what I like about this, is not only 75% of sacrifice funds going back into the protocol, but this is frontier DeFi. This is going to be a full DeFi solution for algorithmic stablecoin. And number 3, it really is going to have a relatively small capital raise, which is important. You want to be over-capitalized like some of the sacrifice projects have been. You want to have a very modest capital raise. So let's say we get to $1 million eventually, let's say, and then the commercial upside is massive. So you could have many X returns. That's definitely potential. Once again, still speculative, but really excited about this and where this could go. And so far, we've seen some pretty dynamic stuff with Jacob and the PulseBot team. And of course, that has been doing very well with the price. I think $6.50 was the last time I saw that, which is pretty incredible. The average sacrifice price is about $1 at the moment. So yeah, and even if you if they do 5 EVM chains, obviously there's 2 EVM chains so far, but looking pretty strong, isn't it? And of course, more games coming out there. And of course, we're waiting for TRH v4 as well. And of course, there's another protocol coming out, TYZZ, which is a DeFi Binance protocol. So really, he's crushing it on the innovation. If you want to be part of Jacob's ecosystem, man, you're going to have fun. You're going to have fun with it. It's going to be pretty cool. All right, links in the video description if you want to get that 90% bonus. Get it out today. Now, the other thing that we've had is a big update here from Hex Scout. Important app updates. So apps need updating, new features, temporary API fix here. So they've done some new upgrades here to the Hex Scout. Now, obviously, if you've got Hex, this helps manage your portfolio. It really has replaced the Staker app. And of course, here we got new adding tokens now possible in the apps. News now accessible in the apps as well, so you'll be able to get news. A new feature as a small apology for the API disruption. We've taken the time to add a feature to the portfolio. And of course, that allows for spontaneous showing, hiding of individual addresses within a portfolio with multiple addresses without having to completely remove addresses. Important fix on Android. They've fixed that up there. Fixed problems with saving the portfolio. An API fix there as well. As the API indexing may take a few more days. So Alex is obviously running his subgraph, and we've talked about that several times. That seems to have taken a bit longer than expected, but it does look like the Hex Scout is back up for the most part. We've installed temporary alternative routines for the transition phase. This allows portfolio visibility except for Hedron stakes. So that's the only thing you might not be able to see at the moment. So just take that note. Please note performance on first load may not yet deliver the usual speed until the final API fix. So just remember that's still got a little bit of data issues coming in for the Hex Scout. Important to know, after the first start, the login button may not appear immediately, or the market page may not load instantly. If this happens, please wait 30 seconds and then reload the app or website. The issue will no longer exist with the final API fix there. The latest update has also been rolled out on the web. Only if notice any further discrepancies, please clear your web cache. But caution, before clearing the cache, always secure your wallets and settings by clicking the settings icon gear at the top right and generating a PIN via the export button. You can use this PIN after the update via the import button to restore portfolio. This PIN can also be used to transfer your deposit or depot from the web to the app, or vice versa. We thank you for your patience and generous understanding during this phase of necessary API optimizations. We will emerge stronger from the phase for the future, but your immense tolerance is appreciated, of course. So kind of cool there. As soon as Alex's API is fully indexed, we will launch a new app update and an additional new feature highlight for you. Looking for specific Hex Scout content or links in the apps, you can find them at the Hex Scout overview there. So that was pretty good from the team. Nice big strong update. They also got more details below that if you want to get access to it, the new portfolio filter as well, how it works. So there are lots of cool things about your portfolio on Hex, which I think is pretty amazing, and Hex derivatives from the looks of it as well. So looking pretty cool. So you can see many more updates here. So I think that's really terrific. Man, what a beautiful site. The team has done pretty well, and a beautiful replacement for Staker app there. So that is Hex Scout. Hex Scout update. Let's see here. Hex Scout update. Bam, there is the link to that as well. So big update from there. So we have some big updates from teams. Power City, Hex Scout are really cool, and I'm liking it. So that's the Hex daily stats. Let's see what we got today. We're 16 minutes or 80 minutes past the day. Hex.com, obviously. You can buy Hex on Ethereum or PulseChain and swap it for, burn it for T-shares and start mining Hex today. Let's have a quick look at the results so far. Let's see if we've got any results out at the moment. Now, we haven't got today's results out here yet, but we have got PulseChain. We have got the day before, which I didn't read out. So on Ethereum yesterday, we got 6.8 Hex per T-share. And on the PulseChain, we had 6.8 as well. So pretty similar days there at the moment. So kind of cool. But we had price increases on both chains. Yeah, we did 3.6% and 4.7 yesterday. That was for the 6th of June there as well for day 1527. We're waiting for day 1528. It's probably being out soon. That is kind of where we are at the moment. So look, not too bad. We're going to wait a few more minutes to see whether we get those results. In any case, if you haven't joined our Discord, join the Discord. The link's in the video description, or you can use Wookie's link. It's in the chat there. Now we've got Discord membership is $5 a month as a private Discord. We've got 1,250 members at the moment. There's going to be potential perks in the future, so stay tuned for that. And of course, we've got 6 chat groups at the moment, including a crypto helpline, and helped a number of people just today before the live stream on many issues. They were asking about privacy. What is the privacy sites? They're asking about many other things like that. So it's kind of cool. We got 3 audio chats as well, including a games room, which people play all the time in. And we've got PulseChain information, all the comprehensive PulseChain information you could possibly want, including cross-chain, on-chain, privacy swaps, all sorts of stuff. Really, fiat on-ramps, you name it, it's there. PulseChain, Hex, it's all there. And of course, I'm in there on a regular basis as well. So it's kind of cool. Now, it's only 16 cents a day to join. And of course, it's a relatively safe place in crypto, and that's very important, right? But it's also a great place to share the journey and have all the information that you need to, pump your bags, basically. Now, we also have a strategy room. This is multi-chain, so it's more than PulseChain. As we're covering projects on Ethereum, BNB, and other stuff like that. It's really cool. We've been crushing it with all the alpha there. getting you a really good chance to pump your bags and getting good positions, getting all the early intel, important key upsides and insights and stuff like that. The strategy club is becoming really, really, really good. In fact, we're going to be having a strategy update session this weekend. You don't want to miss that. I'll be setting that up after the live stream, actually. So that's for Strategy Club. If you want to get an access for that next meeting, join up to date. I know Wookie's got his link in there, and we have actually been crushing it on a lot of very high probable plays that have been playing out very, very nicely there. You get all the expertise and insights that myself and the team have that we don't talk about on YouTube. So we don't talk about strategy and other stuff like that. You can get in there and talk about that there. All right, very cool. We're going to come back to Hex Data Stats, but we're going to get into some of the other charts. I just realized I didn't talk about our other categories, which I normally do. So let's go to the top PRC 20s and have a quick look to see what's going on there. We can see that DAI is back up 16% to 2,200. So 2/200th of a penny, looking a bit better there. Treasury bill is up 35%. And yes, somebody said it. Who was that? Was it Andrew? Somebody in there said Teddy Bear earlier. Teddy Bear up 47%. So let's have a quick look at that. We're all pumped there on the old Teddy Bear. And that chart's actually looking pretty good. A breakout on that chart too. Look at that, breaking out above 2,600. 7 zeros, 2,600. Now almost 3,100. So Teddy Bear off to the races there. These are quite speculative, remember. So just take into account Treasury bills, Teddy Bear. It's more speculative. And then new tokens on PULSECHAIN. They're not copies, right? So remember that as well. What else we got going on there? Wrap Bitcoin is $85, up 8%. Troper is up 15% there. Let's have a look at something else there. Chainlink, which was doing pretty well, is down 17%. That was a bit of a star. It's down a little bit there. Pepe, the big meme coin, is up 6%, and SHIB, the other big meme coin, up 7%. What else is looking interesting here? Pulse Bitcoin has had a good day, up 14% as well. Big shout out to Sammy, Fat Sammy. He's running the Pulse Bitcoin community as far as I know at the moment. So big shout out to him. That's pretty much it. The highlights there for the top PRC 20s that I'm tracking. Let's go to the third category, the meme coins, and have a look at there. Oh, Axis Alive, man, absolutely crushing it. Look at this. So Axis, this has got a lot of these meme coins have got a lot of influencers doing it. I need to do my own coin. What's going on? Get A into G. You guys know what it's going to be called too if I do one, right? If I do one. All right, so let's jump in here. And we got the price here. Look at this breakout on this chart. That's insane. This is Axis Alive. He's obviously a big influencer in the PULSECHAIN Hex community and a TA specialist guy. And 31,400 on this at the moment. A big jump, huge volume coming in there. And the liquidity up at 661K. So not bad. Well done to him and his team there. Way up in the roses there as well. So not bad as well. All right. That is it. What else there? Blaster is up 23%. What else there? Randy Alasky's Nope token. So a quick look at that. And we've got here just under 2/10 of a penny at the moment, holding strong. This looks like it's building up for a blowout to the upside. I just to keep a lookout on this one. Let's have a quick look at the RSI. The RSI should be your best friend. It should be, if you're not into TA or technical analysis, at least the RSI is one that you should have on there, right? Because you can sort of tell whether something's overbought or oversold, right? So if it's above the 70, typically overbought. If it's below the 30, oversold, right? So it gives you a good indication on different time zones as well. Typically the 4-hour time frame is the trader's view. So if you're thinking about trader swing trading and things like that, it's typically a 4-hour chart, and it's good to match the 4-hour with the daily with the weekly and the monthly and that sort of stuff, and have get a sense about the chart when it's overbought, oversold, especially when it's got quite a bit of chart history in it, particularly useful, right? So at the moment though, we've got it sitting almost in the middle of the ballpark there, 53, and just under 2 cents, but this looks like it's just sort of slightly building now. I know that Randy is a big influence in the space, and he may have a lot of good stuff coming for this later on as well. All right, Mega there is up 1% there. Reflux is up 10%. Hex Orange Address is up 9% there as well. What else is doing pretty well there? Duck has been out there as well. So Duck, this thing is something that Somi uses to describe part of Hex, part of the Sacrifice wallet and things like that. So up 34% today. So Duck doing pretty well. More token from Trayvon is up 10% as well. Another big influencer is Trayvon, obviously fame from BitConnect fame. Almost 50 cents here at the moment. It's slowly creeping up here. So keep an eye out on this chart. Looking pretty interesting. Got to break through this resistance though. Otherwise it could go down quite a bit. So be careful with this one. RSI is not overbought. It is at 62. So there's a bit of room to move. It has a bit of room to move to at least a challenge, I would say, the all-time high here up 75 cents. So we'll keep an eye on that. The other one is what we were talking about, BitBoy. Ben Armstrong, obviously, win, I guess, building his community, but using the PulseChain X community, which is pretty highly engaged to do it. But, it's a win-win. Let's put it that way. And, at the moment, 8 zeros, 1270 at the moment on the old Ben BitBoy. So keep an eye on this. This is holding strong here. This could actually go for another rally. We called it the first time, and could go again here. Not recently, very small liquidity, very small retail play, but still something to keep out on the lookout for. That's pretty much it from the memes. Let's go to the main category number 4, PulseChain projects, and check that out. How are we doing for time? 55 minutes. Woohoo! 55. Okay, so here we go here. Now I've added Love.io, and Love.io, of course, launched there. That's up 5%. You haven't heard me talk much about Love. I will be talking about Love.io. I also will be talking about Pulse Wallet as well at some stage. So stay tuned for all that. What else is going on here? ZKZX. Now, people are asking about privacy coins. Obviously, Richard's talking about it. Tornado Cash and everything. Obviously, ZKZX is a fork of Tornado Cash. This price is looking pretty strong, 6.6 cents. Look at this, holding up pretty well. People are calling big money on this one. So it has got a burn in it as well. 441,000 liquidity. Definitely something you could potentially think about putting in your portfolio. We talked about this the other day. Do your own due diligence, but definitely, privacy is a big thing. The other big privacy coin is Beetroot. So ZKZX, Beetroot. If you're looking for some privacy coins in your portfolio on PulseChain, these are the two probably to look at, is Beetroot and ZKX. Obviously, Beetroot had a bit of a sell-off the other day, but I think the last time I checked, it's doing okay, up 10%. So let's have a quick look at that. So obviously had a big sell-off in here. There was a bit of drama about that. And at the moment, we're currently at 40965 at the moment. So ticking away there. Let's have a look at the daily on this one. That is the daily. It's way oversold at the moment. So opportunity, right? Oversold, opportunity there. Once again, do your own investment due diligence, all that sort of stuff. But that is the chart at the moment, pretty much on the bottom line too. This is where it's faced support here before. And of course, we want to see that sort of disconsolidate and then bust up to the upside. We'll keep an eye out on that one on Beetroot. Those are the two privacy coins. What else has been doing pretty well? Let's have a look through on that. Patias is up 6.5%, the big DEX aggregator. Tetra also, the big DeFi pro. Talk about Jacob's ecosystem. Well, Tetra is also another top frontier DeFi innovation team as well. That's up 4.5%. All these are good for your blue chip portfolio to consider. Once again, not financial advice, but definitely all the blue chips looking, these are, I would call blue chips, but riskier blue chips than say Liquid Lines or Power City, but definitely looking pretty good. I may have to come up with a different name. Time Token is up 14%, looking pretty good. The big internet money wallet, obviously the dedicated wallet to PulseChain, and that is up, holding up pretty well here at the moment. I haven't got the RSI on here. Let's add that in because I think it's probably important. At the very least, right? RSI is at the very least an indicator you should have on all your charts. And of course, otherwise you'll be buying blind, right? Could be way overbought and you're buying blind. You're going, oh, this is so hype. I feel the hype. That's great. I'm going to buy the top. Right? You're going to buy the top. You don't want to be that guy, right? And then it gets sold off and you're there crying, right? But if you had the RSI on there, it helps to protect you from that sort of decision, right? Oh, the hype's in. Oh, the RSI is overheated. Okay. It's declining as well. Maybe I should get out, right? So typically it's better to trust the RSI than trust your own gut feeling, right? So just take that into account and mitigate any tears. We don't like tears in the crypto if we can help it. All right, so 0.3 of a penny at the moment. Time Token looking pretty good. What else there? I'm going to spend a bit more time on Time Token because I think they're certainly showing some growth signs that is very, very exciting based on the last time I checked it out. Goat Token up, of course, if you want to do pulse validating, then obviously Goat Token's perfect for that. You can go through David Feder to do that. Maybe you don't have 32 million pulse, you're a smaller retail player, but you want to do some validating on PulseChain, then the PulseChain NFTs, right, are the ways to go. DGM protocol is the way to do that. You can get NFTs. 64 NFTs equals one validator, so you can just get a few NFTs. That'll be a fraction of a validator, and you can start earning pulse that way. It's a very safe way of doing it, I guess. And that is through David Feder, so he's got videos on that if you want to check him out. Hocus Pocus doing very well as well, up 13%. We covered that the other day with the Pulse Wizard, with the Hocus Wizard. There with all the yield farmings, a fantastic site there to see all the yield farmings on PulseChain, doing pretty well also. Spark Swap also surprising to the upside, 20%. There's the old Spark Swap. Man, this thing, you can't keep this thing down. They just keep going. The old Spark Swap there. So yeah, almost 18 cents at the moment. off the bottom, and it's another range here, pretty much around this resistance zone. There's a spark swap there, but they keep ticking away. So that's pretty much it at the moment. Looks like there's a bit of a discount on Fame. Fame, the GMX forks at the moment, down 12%. You guys know if you see a decent discount there, maybe a chance to get some opportunity on this price here. Not sure whether it's over at the moment. Let's have a look at the RSI and see how Fame is here. Obviously, Fame, one of the most successful protocols, utilities on PulseChain. It's not quite oversold yet, but man, it's possibly getting close to buying. There may go fully back down here to oversold. It's not far at the moment. I mean, it's 38, but it is getting into some resistance zone here. But hey, look, I would just let it go down a bit actually, and see whether it touches this oversold territory, and then you could buy Fame for your blue chip portfolio. That is definitely an option for you. Obviously, do your financial due diligence. We'll probably have another focus group on that too. It's definitely worth looking at. So those are all the coins at the moment, looking pretty good. And of course, have we got these information out for PulseChain, for Ethereum? No, we still haven't got the daily stats for Hex out, so I'll have to talk about it tomorrow. Just the way it goes. Sometimes we're an hour today on the live stream, just the way it looks. All right, I was hoping that would be out, but not out quite yet. All right, let's see who else has jumped in here. I may have to start the show a quarter of an hour later just so I can get the Hex daily stats out, because that's kind of one of the main anchors of the show. Robert Online is in the house there. This year will rock. I agree with you, man. The lineup is so good, especially the first half of the year, looking very, very strong. Wookie in the house there. Good to see you, Wookie. Tin Top as well. What's up, Hexkins? What's up, Tin Top? Good to see you. I told you we're going to have lots to talk about today, didn't I? And we have talked about a lot of stuff. Great strategy alpha in the Discord. Yeah, get into the Discord. Strategy Club is amazing. Definitely worth getting in there. And of course, you can use Wookie's link to join Strategy Club, or the link in the video description. Wookie makes some great Jedi calls in the strategy room. Yeah, Wookie has really got in there. He's making some great calls, and this is what happens with education. You know, you get learned, you're around learned people, and you can really get to make some good calls. And I know that Wookie listens to a lot of people. He's picked up a lot of information, and now he's making great calls. So well done to you, Wookie. That's what crypto is all about, keeping an open mind. And of course, looking good there. It also helps when you've got Brenton in the house here. Yes, Wookie is self-taught. Wink, wink there from Brennan. But definitely, we've got a great team in there. It was amazing. Wookie says, join the strategy club today. Absolutely, join the strategy club. Go to Spark. Yeah, the Hourglass. Yeah, Wookie's been enjoying Spark Swap there as well, making some good gains there. All right, I don't think we've got the dates, the data out. No, nothing out yet on Hex Data Stats. I'm probably just come out after I finish the live stream, right? All right, I hope you enjoyed that show. An hour and 2 minutes. It's pretty full on. But, man, things are getting exciting, folks. And why PulseChain is so good? Well, we've got over 200 protocols launching, and many of them haven't launched yet. So we've got tons of those coming very soon. And what else? We've got super fast, super cheap chain. We've got compounding protocols. We've got profit sharing protocols. We've got huge network effect. We've got Richard Hart effect, the Magic Carpet Ride effect. It really is great on PulseChain. It is a dream come true, and man, it's going to beat out probably all the other chains on X returns. You watch it, watch the space on PulseChain. It's going to be the big play. So looking very, very good at the moment. Hey, Sandy Beach has dropped in at the end here. Hey, Hex Token, everybody. I'm late again. You know why you're late, Sandy Beach? Your press ups. Sandy Beach is doing a press up challenge. That's why Sandy Beach is late today. I bet you had to do like 30 press ups today. I bet you had to do. Did you do it? Let's see. I know that we've got Jonah in the channel. Discord, he's been posting his videos of his press ups every day. What did he do yesterday? 25 or was it 30? I think it might have been 30 yesterday. Doing a great job as Jonah. Axis Baby says DJ Paulie. Yeah, we covered that in full earlier there. DJ Paulie. Axis Live crushing it over 30K. Wow. Woo, super. Yeah, looking good there. All right, I'm back at the pharmacy, says Sandy Beach. So if you want to get all your pills from Sandy Beach, you know where to go. Where to go there. All right, jokes aside, let's get off the show before I get in trouble with the FDA or wherever they are. I don't know. All right, so let's play out some cool videos on the way out. Hope you guys enjoy it. Let's enjoy the Magic Carpet Ride together. 2024, early 25, let's say. Looking good there for the Magic Carpet Ride. Thank you, Richard Hart, for building out the system. Obviously, all the PulseChain devs, PulseX devs. Big shout out to all of you guys. Don't get enough thanks at all. People like Tip and others. Big shout out to them. A big shout out to all the project teams out there. Well over 200 protocols. many ecosystems as well. I love the ecosystems. They bring like half a dozen protocols, and we've got so many to launch. Pulse, Power City, Magic Carpet Ride, Jacob's ecosystem, Tetra. They just keep coming and coming and coming. They've all got multiple protocols to launch. I'm excited about it. Hope you are too. Feel the Magic Carpet Ride. Believe, as they say. All right, bye for now.
In theory, if someone were a billionaire and they had like all this money, why wouldn't they just buy more of the thing they liked instead of dumping the thing they liked? Like if Bezos bought shares in Amazon, would you be pissed off? If Apple does a stock buyback and they buy more of their own shares in their company back from the public, which is a way to turn earnings into yield for the shareholders, do you get mad and yell at Apple? And so we had to come up with a word for this fan fiction fantasy, which is the opposite of a rug pull, called a magic carpet ride. And so if you're worried about risk of a rug pull, what weighted value have you given the risk of a magic carpet ride? And it's just hilarious to me.